law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
California, Santa Clara, to be exact. Levi's Stadium, 4:05 on Sunday. The 2-1 Jaguars. Can they knock off 3-0 San Francisco? Odds makers have it anywhere to -2.5, -3.5, favoring the beaten-up 49ers. Your total 47.5. Smells like an under to me, but no cow. Man, Hunter S. Thompson, the Hells Angels, the Grateful Dead, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Steve Miller, the Mamas and the Papas, Charles Manson, Squeaky Fromme, Hayden Ashbury, the Golden Gate, Alcatraz, all the way from San Fran down to Monterey. One of the most beautiful drives you'll ever make, but you got to go there on a business trip. Can you go out there and win a football game? Liam Cohen said a little bit earlier today that they're going to leave earlier on Saturday morning. Some elect to leave on Friday. Others will keep it routine. Most of these guys are professionals. They're all professionals, but what I mean by this is they've dealt with playing in the warm and the cold and the East Coast and the West Coast and jet lag and time change and everything along those lines. You got some rookies that are a big part of it that, depending on where they played their college ball, also experienced it. But it is problematic, and you got to get that down and, stay hydrated, get everything taken care of, and then try to get out there and win a football game against the San Francisco 49ers. All right, absolute pleasure to have you with us. My name is Rick Ballou, with you 6 to 8 every night, except for during high school football season. Friday, I'll be with you 4 to 6 on AM 1010. Okay? Typically, that means I'll have my elbows buried at the Blue Crab House, buried into the bar at around 7. That'll not be the case this Friday night because it's Florida State in Virginia. 2 top 5 college football offenses. We'll get into that in a little bit with the Philly Godfather. We're going to take a look at what I think are, the 4 games around here that certainly mean the most. Okay, and for starters, that is obviously the Jaguars going to San Francisco. Want to take a look at both 0 and 3 teams right now in the AFC South. Tennessee goes to Houston. One of these teams is going to fall to 0 and 4, right? And you look what's going on in Tennessee. We talked about this yesterday. They have completely handed things over now from Brian Callahan to Bo Hardigree, who is going to call plays. He is the quarterback's coach. So they're really flatlining. And then in Houston, you just say goodbye to a very good football player. C.J. Gardner-Johnson could not pick up the defense of D'Amico Ryans. And if you go back and watch the film on the very discussed play, and it was a enormous play, you hope the confidence takes off from that with both Brian Thomas Jr. and Trevor Lawrence. I'm talking about the 46-yarder to lead to the Travis Etienne touchdown. Gardner-Johnson got sucked up by the Parker Washington route. I mean, I know we talk a lot about Tyson Campbell getting sucked up on the Nico Collins touchdown. And then I really did. I thought Campbell bounced back. He had a couple of PBUs. Obviously, he had the huge strip fumble on Collins, recovered by Devin Lloyd. And to get those 3 takeaways on your side of the field in the fourth quarter, I mean, I can't remember. I don't know if Jacksonville's done that in 31 years of their franchise's history. Think about it. 3 takeaways on your side of the field. Houston's going in, or at least they're grabbing points, whether it's 3 or 6. They're marching. and you forced those 3 takeaways. So that's something positive to take a look at as well. All right, Diami Brown, no update. Very brief today was Liam Cohen. Liam Cohen is so transparent. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get to him here in just 1 second on Travis Hunter. He continues to be just a pleasure to listen to. And, frankly, he gives you more than he has to. He was really particular today on Travis Hunter. As a matter of fact, we're going to play that here in about 45 seconds. But he doesn't give you anything injury-wise, okay? And that's fine. I mean, he doesn't have to. Why give an advantage to San Francisco? Why give an advantage to degenerate gamblers, right? I mean, you keep this in-house, and for the most part, that is what he does. So, as far as Brown did not participate today, we have not received the official injury report because of the West Coast and San Francisco, albeit, apparently today, both Brock Purdy and Mac Jones were limited. Demarcus Robinson, as we know, is back after his 3-game suspension. That's a good thing because a wide receiver right now, Juwan Jennings didn't practice on this Wednesday. Ricky Pearsall did not practice on this Wednesday, just general soreness. Pearsall did say if the game was today, he could play. Brandon Ayuk, as you know, has been on the IR. George Kittle has been on the IR. They just put Nick Bosa on the season-ending IR. I mean, it's a really good football team, but they are absolutely beaten up. All right, let's get to Liam Cohen. He had some good things to say today because this is amazing to me that 3 games in, and frankly, it happened 2 games in. Folks are already questioning Travis Hunter, which is pompous. And frankly, I think it's lazy. I feel like, the producer or the boss or the director has said, hey, do a hit on Jacksonville. And their obvious thought is, well, let's go straight to this kid who's playing on both sides of the football. And let's get after him because he's not dominating offensively. We know last week he was only targeted twice. I mean, 1 of 2. 1 completion, 2 attempts. You have to get more of that. I would certainly forecast that is going to be the case this Sunday in San Francisco. Now, that reception went for 21 yards on what? 2nd and 21. Picked up a first down. It was just spectacular. If you look at his niftiness, his ability to make others miss, very good. But people are saying that he's working too much on both sides, so he's average. And the thought is put him on one side and keep him there where he can become above average, maybe even special. I'm like, whoa, can we pump the brakes here on this? It's only been 3 games for crying out loud. You can't make a determination. You can't have that solid of an opinion on whether or not this is going to work or it's not going to work based on 3 football games. And in my mind, Trevor Lawrence gets that ball up 6 inches against Carolina. He could have gone all the way for a touchdown. And that would have been, what, a 50-some-odd yarder? And then, of course, last week in Cincinnati, it was a bogus pass interference call. If he makes that PBU, all of a sudden you're looking at Travis Hunter, this team's 3-0, and you're like, he's making big-time plays on both sides of the football. Obviously, those 2 situations did not happen. And for the national media, that just goes away. But let's get to Liam Cohen today. He was asked about offense and about Travis Hunter, and will anything change?
I would say he's behind. I think we can probably do a better job of helping him in some ways. We had a great talk with Trav after this past game in terms of just, man, like, all right, how can we help you and put you, because guys, right, what is he learning? It's a lot. So we've got to, I think, be a little bit more diligent in terms of putting him in positions to maybe not have to do as many moving parts, so that we can just let him go play. You saw, he catches the outcut the other day and makes multiple people miss. And so that's what we're trying to continue to push, and that's got to be on us as well. Yeah, he has a hand in it for sure. Absolutely. But I do think we can help him more.
He went on to explain that he's going to play the F and he's going to play corner, they're not going to ask him to do too much. They're not going to ask him to learn and go out and run the Z or the X offensively. You know, most terminology in football, it's the Y that is the slot. But today, Liam Cohen was actually calling it the F, okay, which is a slot. Is a very smart football audience that we have here. You know that the X is the split end, and you know that the Z is the flanker. But they're saying, or today Cohen went on to say, he's going to play the F. He's going to play the slot, and he's going to stay at corner. Now, what is surprising to me, as someone who went to every single practice at the Miller Electric Center during training camp, he worked at all of these positions. He went left side, right side on defensive back. He worked at all three. There was a constant mix and match with the wide receivers. One time you would see Travis Hunter in the slot. Then the very next play, you would see Brian Thomas Jr. in the slot. Remember, we learned this from Daniel Griffiths when he joined us over the summer. Brian Thomas Jr. a year ago actually led the NFL in touchdown receptions out of the slot. I think when most think of Thomas Jr., you think of him on the outside. So I like how this came forward today, involved here with Travis Hunter. I think what he's saying is we need to simplify things just a little bit. You know, when you're going to play 85 plays like last week in Cincinnati, you're going to play 80 plays this past week against Houston. You've actually played more on defense now in 2 out of your last 3 games, okay? More defensive plays. There's got to be a little bit of let's take pressure off them and, you know, make it somewhat easier. He also, let me mention this before we get to the break, which I thought was really intriguing, is he's not going to change things based on injury. It's going to be the same philosophy going in. Now, I think he already has. I think when Jones went down in Cincinnati, he got much more play out of Hunter defensively. They trusted Parker Washington after his 5-for-5 effort, him and Lawrence and Cincy. He had 12 targets to Washington on Sunday, only 2 for Travis. And I was under the impression that we were going to see Buster Brown. I was under the impression that we were going to see Jarian Jones. Well, combined, they got 2 snaps from Jones. Brown didn't play. Do they get more this week in San Francisco? And if it's fluid, do we see more of Travis Hunter on the offensive side? I don't know. But what I'll tell you is that we're all going to be there for it, right? We're all going to watch it. 4:05 coming up on Sunday. All right, opening comments are brought to you by the good folks over at Shmunez Vision. Straight out of the gate, let me tell you this. When's the last time you've got your eyes checked? Why do you continuously neglect your eyes? Okay, any other part of the body, it's an immediate trip to the doctor. Remember this. It's crucial when it comes to the good folks at Shmunez Vision. They are always looking out to give you the most value for your money. It's amazing the equipment and technology that is brought in, all these bells and whistles, and it's very expensive. Sometimes it's just an add-on. You know, it's a business for everyone out there. You know, oh, you need this, you need this, you need that. Hey, guess what? Shmunez Vision, they have that equipment too. But it's not always there to be used for you. Sometimes in other places, you're going to get it whether you like it or not. So just remember that. Shmunez Vision, they'll also take care out to talk to you about surgery if needed, whether it is something that unfortunately has to happen, or maybe you want laser eye surgery. So you have 20/20 for the rest of your life. The doctor's going to talk to you and then perform surgery. That's Neil Shmunez, Catherine Shmunez, and John Hunt. Those 3 doctors right there, more than 37 years worth of experience. Go to Shmunez Vision online. Go to Instagram. Get the latest from Shmunez Vision as well. All right, when we come back, let's bring in Dylan Denmark. Let's bring out a couple of other big things about this game Sunday at 4:05. And we creep closer to the Philly Godfather, who's 15 minutes away right here on the home of the Jags.
He's down on the ground. He is down. A freak injury can wreck a football team and affect their championship dreams.
Wait, you're telling me I'm about to lose my number 1 wide receiver?
Listen for the personal injury attorney's Farah and Farah Injury Update.
Jacksonville
on 1010XL.
This is Jennifer Marion at Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard in Jacksonville, and now's the time to drive away in luxury.
That's right, Jennifer. The $7,500 tax credit ends this month. It's your last month to take advantage of this incredible opportunity.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, drive the all-new electric Optique, Lyric, and Vistique. They are all in stock and ready to drive today.
See all of our inventory at Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville.com or visit us on Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent you.
Has someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI, domestic violence, and all criminal offenses. In your battle with the justice system, there's only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645. 354-5645.
When you want to be heard, send your opinion to the 1010XL text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures.
Thank you for believing in me when the bosses didn't give me a chance.
641-1010. No texting and driving. Get your thoughts heard on 1010XL.
I love my propane company. They always answer when I call and give me great prices and fast service. Said no one ever.
Until now. Need propane for your home or business? Seabreeze Propane is bringing the propane as North Florida's new local propane provider. Visit SeabreezeLP.com.
Seabreeze Propane. We make propane cool, brother. Oh, yeah.
How many Major League Baseball players have played exclusively for the Yankees and the Mets?
When you file a claim with Southern Oak Insurance, we schedule one of our trusted vendors to work directly with you, which means a faster claim resolution. Find out more at southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Just 6 Major League players have played exclusively for the Yankees and the Mets, including the famous Yankee catcher Yogi Berra.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Home is where your story begins. And at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, we're here to make it the healthiest, most comfortable place it could be. Whether it's fresh, clean air, dependable plumbing, or reliable power, we take care of it all. From routine maintenance to state-of-the-art solutions, Donovan keeps your home running smoothly. Because at Donovan, we believe your home isn't just where you live, it's where your health meets comfort. Call Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing at 904-270-COOL or visit us online. Let's make your home healthier, safer, and better together.
Jaguar fan, Palm Beach Autographs is putting together a Fanatics exclusive with a chance for you to meet and get an autograph from Trevor Lawrence and Ryan Thomas Jr. All the details are at palmbeachautographs.com or drop by the Avenues Mall for more info. It's happening at Palm Beach Autographs in the Avenues Mall.
Beaches Jewelry and Pawn is celebrating 30 years with a huge new and used firearms sale all September. It's the perfect time to save during Florida's Second Amendment sales tax holiday. 0 sales tax on firearms at Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jacks Beach.
Hey, it's Angela and Brian Wall. How many companies do you know in this day and age that actually want their potential customers to call their competition and get quotes from them?
That's what WonderWorld wants you to do. WonderWorld knows there are other window companies out there, but we also know those other guys. When compared to WonderWorld, they can't offer you the quality at the price that WonderWorld can.
And with WonderWorld, you get the absolute best guarantee there is in the window replacement business.
If anything goes wrong with your new WonderWorld windows, 5 years from now, 10, 15, 50, WonderWorld and I will be there to fix it for you. You get peace of mind with WonderWorld, and to top it off, WonderWorld windows increase the value of your home. So look what you get with WonderWorld. Quality windows, low price, the best guarantee in the business, energy savings, and an increase in the value of your home. A win-win for you.
Call WonderWorld today and get your free in-home estimate or see them online at windowworldneflorida.com.
WindowWorld, simply the best for less. Thank you for your business.
WindowWorld also offers energy-efficient doors.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Philly Godfather, 13 minutes away. I think I told you the 4 games that I was going to talk about, and I stopped at 2 with the 0-3 Texans against the 0-3 Titans. Obviously, we'll talk about the game in San Francisco. Also want to do Florida State of Virginia on Friday night. And how about Saturday night? Georgia and Alabama all of that out there. I remember we did our preseason look around, Dylan. At the time, I said I thought that would be the game of the year in college football. When I said it, I thought Alabama would beat Florida State.
Yeah, and that didn't turn out to be that way. It'll be interesting to see how much better or worse Alabama's been since week one beating Florida State's giving them a lot loaded Saturday, loaded slate with college football, and then the Ryder Cup too. That kind of crept up on us. I mean, it was like a month ago. It's like, hey, the Ryder Cup's in a couple weeks, and it's like, now you blink, it's like, boom, it's right here.
Final days of Major League Baseball. The playoffs right around the corner. Most teams have 4 or 5 games remaining. Tonight's show brought to you by Alexander Law Practice. The good folks over there. It's a free call, 400-6600. Also a free review. And Rick Alexander, he has made it his mission to fight for you for the best possible result. He's done this for over 30 years, but he took over his own practice in 2010. Every single individual who has contacted his practice, he has been deeply involved with. He's old school. He likes to get to know his clients. He likes to see happy clients at the end of their case. He likes to be involved in everything, including the planning, the strategy, the competition. If you have been injured, car accident, anything else, personal injury, and you may be alone, broken bones, broken vehicle, call 400-6600, fire away, ask questions. You'll never come out of pocket. You may think there's nothing you can do. Wrong. Call 400-6600, Alexander Law Practice. Ask questions. You're going to get an immediate call back and the individual care that you deserve. All right, let's continue on with the Jaguars. This defense, there's so many different ways to look at this game, and we're going to look at it from a lot of different angles. But San Francisco is only allowing 16.3 points a game, right? That's third in the NFL. Jacksonville's actually tied for fifth. They are only allowing 17 points a game. I put such an emphasis on running the football last week against Houston because Jacksonville came in with the top rushing offense in the NFL, and Houston just couldn't stop anyone, right? DeMeco Ryans, he adjusted. He put 5 consistently on the defensive line, especially when Jacksonville went to a 2 tight end set. We know what happened. 6 carries, 11 yards first half. They couldn't run the football. Second half, they responded. They did run it for 75 yards. Here, the Jaguars go from first to sixth overall as far as average per 5.1 a carry against the dominant 49ers rushing defense that is 7th in the NFL right now. They only allow 3.7 yards a carry. Again, I think this is a game where if you can run the football, you should be able to win unless you self-destruct. And Jacksonville's done that. Drops, penalties, turnovers. You can't do any of that out on the West Coast. All right, Trevor Lawrence today asked overall about the Niners and their defensive scheme.
They're a pretty simple scheme. They're not trying to really trick anyone, but they've always had a good defense, and this scheme has always been really good and tough to play against because they are so consistent and they're really disciplined. They play most things top down. They fly around sideline to sideline as far as just the D-line and the linebackers. So they make a lot of plays with that front group there. And then on the back end, I think they're really disciplined. They're really smart. So it's just, we'll have some opportunities down the field, but it's really taking that profit every time and being able to check the ball down. And they've made, they've played really well with that scheme of just banking that you're not just going to, take the small gains all the way down the field and put together a 9, 10, 12 play drive and go score. And they're also really good at taking the ball away. So when you do put the ball in harm's way, whether it's a throw or just carrying the ball, they're really good at punching, causing fumbles, all those things. So you can tell it's a really well-coached group. They fly around. So they do a good job.
Robert Saleh is their defensive coordinator. Many believe he's a head coach in waiting once again. Obviously, his name came up quite a bit around here after the Doug Peterson firing. He has been a very good defensive coordinator in his career. He was a linebackers coach back under Gus Bradley and Todd Wash during that era in Duval. Also, Brant Boyer, who spent a number of years in New York, is the special teams coach in San Francisco. That's something that really needs to be discussed. It was a bad week for special teams, okay? And it feels like, it's a 2-1 football team that really should be 3-0. The great thing about the victory over Houston is that a year ago they lose that game. So this is beginning to change. They're learning how to win. Learning how to win on the West Coast is a different animal, okay? We saw that, going to the Midwest against Cincinnati. You cannot make mistakes, self-inflicted wounds, right? And we're all talking about the drops, and we're talking about the penalties, and we're talking about the turnovers. Well, special teams needs to improve as well. I've heard that, the snapping was not as good with Ross Matisic a week ago. As I said, either last night or Monday night, I think it's the first time ever on these airwaves, I actually said that Logan Cook did not have a good game. He didn't. All right, Little missed one. What do you have, a 52-yarder? Then all of a sudden it's a 39-yarder after the flag. He sails one wide right, but the kick coverage, it feels a little bit like they're missing Daniel Thomas. The kick coverage is not nearly as strong as I thought. And, the kickoff, Little struggled in that department. Then you get to the return game, and, Allen Jr. brings that one out of the end zone. You cannot make those mistakes. Field positioning is huge. You go back to everything we talked about a year ago, improving in the red zone, improving on third down, improving on starting field positioning, where the Jaguars were last a year ago in the NFL. Special teams, this is a big week for them. They really do need to improve. Something else that is very alarming, and I'll say it's even disappointing, based on only 3 games, is Jacksonville's third down offense has been just terrible. 37.5%. That's 24th in the NFL. Now, I know there's been a lot of drops, and I know there's been a lot of penalties, but still, 37 and a hook? Come on. I mean, I expected that to improve drastically, and it still may. This would be a good opportunity for that to start out on the road in San Francisco. And once again, the 49ers, they're 7th overall in third down defense. They're very good. They allow 1/3 of them to be successful. So this is a tight defense, even though you have the injury, as we do know, to Bosa Jr. I'm waiting for the official injury report to come out. It looks like as far as starters, let's see here. Upton Stout is on 100%. They're starting nickel, and Marcus Seigel, they're starting strong safety. We know they're really beaten up on offense. But defensively, Mikael Williams as well is listed here as a guy who's not 100%. As soon as we get those official, number or the official report from San Francisco, because of the West Coast, it's delayed. We will certainly give that to you. All right. He stands by right now, and he joins us next. The Philly Godfather right here on your home of the Jags.
Frank Frangie here. It's always truck season at Nimnick Chevrolet. Well, this month, you can save up to 20% off a new Silverado or get financing rates as low as 0%. Unlike most dealerships, Nimnick Chevrolet has the largest inventory on the ground, ready for you to explore. With their extensive selection, you're sure to find your perfect truck at Nimnick. So shop online at nimnickchevy.com or visit the dealership at Park and Cassett. Who's got more new Chevrolets at the best prices? Nobody but Nimnick. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Hey, Jacksonville Hicken here. I've been around the block or two, and Checkmate Coatings is who I'd call for my own place. They're my new MVP for stunning, long-lasting floors.
Brendan here with Checkmate Coatings. No massive overhead means top prices on top-quality pool decks, driveways, garages, and patios, too.
Visit CheckmateCoatings.com today. Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Interested in a unique date night? Gibby here. I took my wife Nikki to Wick a Candle Bar. She made her own custom candle right there in the store. Shop local at Wick a Candle Bar. Locations in San Marco and Jacks Beach.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about letting things roll off of your back. So often we can make big deals out of things that are not really big deals. We can allow them to steal the joy of our day. But let me remind you that don't allow anyone or anything to steal the joy of today. Go out today not letting little things steal the big things that God has in store for you.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
Get ready. Monday Night Football is coming to Everbank Stadium October 6th. And this is a matchup you won't want to miss. Your Jacksonville Jaguars are throwing it back in their Prowler jersey as they take on the Kansas City Chiefs under the primetime lights. Don't wait. Be a part of the action. Get your tickets now by visiting us online at jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We can't wait to see you at the bank for primetime football.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. When pests invade your home or business, you don't just need them out, you need them out fast. And you need to keep them out. At Terminix, they'll show up for you and eliminate pests quicker, just like they did at my house, because they care about what matters most to you. When pests show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with a pest problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com. That's right, Terminix it.
Hacker here, and this past week during the fifth quarter, I had a listener come up to me and say that my story about Awaken 180 weight loss, my journey with Awaken 180 weight loss, had inspired them, and they made the call to Awaken 180 weight loss. They were beginning the program that they hoped would change their life, much as it has changed mine. Awaken 180 weight loss has changed my life for the positive, and I love that I can tell people about Awaken 180. If you need to lose weight, like I certainly needed to, and if my story inspires you to make the call, it'll be the best call you will ever make. It's the best weight loss program I've ever been on. The coaching you get, the guidance you get is absolutely spectacular. Take it from somebody that lost over 100 pounds on Awaken 180 weight loss. If it's time for you to regain control of your life, go to awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800. Guys, if I can do it, you can do it. Awaken 180 weight loss.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Now, another great guest on the Checkmate Coatings phone line. Hello. Your floor's missing piece. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Well, it's a huge weekend in both college and pro. It begins Friday night with Florida State making the trip to Charlottesville, Virginia. Let's bring in the best-selling author, professional handicapper. He is the Philly Godfather. Hello, sir.
What's going on, Rick? Man, you guys ready for another great football week?
There's no doubt we are. And, the big deal is whether or not the Jags can go to San Francisco and win out on the West Coast.
And I hope they can. You guys ready to fire?
Let's go. Let's start. Let's get to Friday night, Philly Godfather. And before we do that, though, tell us how to get your book.
Yeah, you can go to phillybooked.com. I'll send you out an autographed copy. Might take 3 to 5 business days. Or you can go to Amazon, ship to order. You'll probably get it the next day, but it won't be signed.
There you go, the Philly Godfather. Friday night, Charlottesville, Virginia. A couple of top-ranked offenses and all of college football. What do you make of Virginia hosting Florida State?
Yeah, this line opened up Florida State minus 6.5. Quickly shot up to as high as minus 7.5. But since then, settled back down below that key number 7 as of this morning. And as of right now, it's still Florida State minus 6.5. So there's been a lot of money going back and forth on this side. The total opened up 57.5. It's up to 60.5 at some of the sports books. There's a bunch of 59.5 still in the market. When it comes to betting the side here, Rick, both teams have been money makers so far. The Seminoles are 3-0 against the spread, while the Cavaliers are 3-1 against the Vegas number. But in this matchup, I think Florida State's just too strong. I like them at anything under a touchdown. Offensively, the Seminoles are averaging 7 yards per rush attempt. and ran for 230 yards against pretty good Alabama's defense. And I don't see Virginia's defense slowing them down on the ground, especially considering the fact that they allowed 216 rushing yards to NC State in their only loss of the season. And as impressive as Chandler Morris has been for Virginia, he's passed for over 1,000 yards. I think he's got 8 touchdowns and 1 interception. But those numbers have come against some part defenses ranked outside the top 90 in opponent yards per pass attempt. I like Florida State here. Anything up to touchdown.
All right, there you have it. Philly Godfather likes the Noles on the road. Let's get to Saturday night, the premier game in college football. Alabama visits Georgia.
Yeah, as of right now, almost 70% of the early action is on the Bulldogs.
Wow.
But the line's moving the other way. So
Really?
Georgia opened up as a 3.5-point favorite. But some sharp money hit the screen, pushed that number down to -3. And I see as low as 2.5 as some of the sharper sports books. The total is 52.5 almost everywhere in the market. But I am seeing it start to creep up to 53 and 53.5 at a couple books offshore. So they might be expecting some points in this one. I haven't been a side yet, but I do like the over 52.5. Georgia's offense just put up 44 points on Tennessee, and Alabama ranks inside the top 10 in yards per play metrics, so their offense is pretty strong. Defensively, neither pass defense ranks in the top 50, and I'm fairly certain the Bulldogs sit outside the top 100 in opponent yards per pass attempt. Even though I haven't touched the side yet, I do think Georgia, I think they got their hands full. I mean, Tennessee gave them fits last week in Knoxville, and even though this one's at home, Alabama, to me, is a tougher opponent. This feels like the kind of game where the team that has the ball last wins. I like the over, and I'm leaning towards Alabama at anything over a field goal.
Very interesting. When you see 70% of the action on Georgia, but the line is actually moving the other way, what are people betting? $25 a pop here on Georgia?
I guess, and then the sharp money's coming in and just betting it the other way. So anytime you see any type of reverse line movement like that, you got to be really wary about betting the favorite.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He is the Philly Godfather. How do the good folks listening out here get a hold of you, Philly Godfather?
Yeah, you can follow me on X at Philly Godfather, or you can stop by my website, thephillygodfather.com.
All right, it's supposed to be a really ugly game, but there's still money to be made. That's Tennessee visiting Houston, a battle of a couple of 0-3 clubs.
Yeah, we all expected the Titans to start off 0-3, but I don't think anyone expected the Texans to be 0-3 as well. I mean, even though, I did go under 9.5 wins for the season for Houston, I didn't think they'd start off 0-3, and that's basically the kiss of death for any NFL team looking to make the playoffs. When it comes to betting the side here, it's a tough one. Texans are at home, -7, 7.5-point favorites. Houston could easily be 3-0 instead of 0-3, while the Titans, they've been blown out in all 3 games. It's a division matchup. They're always tough. Tennessee actually holds the better turnover differential in the season. Against the spread, Houston's 0-3, Tennessee is 1-2. So none of these teams have made anyone any money. The total, it sits at 38.5. Both offenses have struggled to put up points on the board. I just hate betting bad teams like Tennessee.
Yeah.
You're looking at the best splits here. The public is all over Houston at about a 75% clip, so that scares me off of them as well. I guess the best way to bet it is probably put the Texans in the teaser down to a pick 'em. All they got to do is win the game and maybe put them in with Green Bay against the Cowboys just to win the game.
Okay. It also may sound, Philly Godfather, this is the one that you elect not to play.
Yeah, sometimes the best decisions you make are the ones you don't.
No doubt. Let's wrap it up. West Coast, the Jaguars traditionally have struggled there. San Francisco is just a mash unit. Both quarterbacks today were limited in San Francisco. What do you make of the Jaguars facing the San Francisco 49ers?
It's never easy going, almost cross country to win a football game, but I like the Jags. I think they can win this game outright as 3.5-point underdogs. I mean, the 49ers, they've managed to squeak out close wins against Seattle, New Orleans, and Arizona, but they're banged up. And it seems like every time you turn around, San Francisco is losing another impactful player to injury. I think Jacksonville, they're catching the 49ers at the right time. The Jaguars' health score is 12 points higher than the 49ers heading into Sunday. And I think Trevor Lawrence has a big day if you want to bet his over-passing props. The 49ers' pass defense is limping heading into this matchup. I like the Jags here plus 3.5. I like them on the money line. And even though the total has moved from 43.5 up to 47.5, I still kind of like the under, even with Purdy probably playing. I mean, Mac Jones, he threw for like 560 yards in the last 2 weeks. 49ers put up just 42 points. And Purdy, as a starter, he's been out for 2 weeks, but it really didn't appear that much of a difference. I mean, that much of an upgrade in this system. So both defenses currently rank inside the top 10 in opponent yards per play. I like the under, and I like the Jags to win the game outright.
There you go. Comments from the Philly Godfather. Philly Godfather, how do our listeners get your book?
Yeah, you can go to phillybooked.com. You got an autographed copy. You can go to Amazon, and they'll send it out the next day.
And how can they get a hold of you on your website as well as on X?
Yeah, the website is thephillygodfather.com, and on X, it's at Philly Godfather.
Best of luck with your plays, Philly Godfather. Thank you as always.
Good luck, guys.
There he goes, Philly Godfather. Taking the Jags, huh? Outright. Boy, play money line on that if that's the case. I'm looking it up right now. Props. He says play over on Trevor Lawrence. 226.5 yards. That seems very doable for Trevor Lawrence. I bet it's 1.5 for touchdowns. It is 1.5. So there you go. He said play the over. Do you think Trevor Lawrence throws for 227 yards and 2 touchdowns against the San Francisco 49ers?
2 touchdowns, sure. The yards, I don't know. I feel like this is a low-scoring game. Kind of like how I felt about Houston last week. I felt last week was a 2017 kind of game. I kind of feel the same about this game. Running ability for the rushing for the Jags will probably be there for a little bit, but Trevor having a big day, I would probably bet against that.
2 games we talked about. Yeah, it really feels like the Florida State-Virginia game is going to go over, and it really does feel like the Jacksonville-San Francisco game is going to go under. I mean, but who knows? That's why you play the games. Hey, I released one before the start of the year. I told you to do everything but literally mortgage your house on it. That was Trevor Lawrence for the year, throwing for more than 21.5 touchdowns. So far in 3 games, he has thrown 4 touchdowns. The projected number is 23, so just barely over the 21.5. But, yeah, he needs a big game. He needs to, throw a couple of touchdown passes if you have that coming up on Sunday against the San Francisco 49ers. All right, we got much more to do. More on the Jaguars on the other side. Plus, John Oehser will join me coming up at 7 o'clock, because he does each and every Wednesday night at 7. He is the senior writer at Jaguars.com. Couple of ways that you can get on in. And a lot of people asking me questions to ask the Philly Godfather. One even asked me about whether or not the Philly Godfather believes that Florida's going to repeat in basketball. I mean, that just upset my stomach. And it had nothing to do with Florida in a championship. But I'm like, this is week 4, and you're asking me about freaking basketball?
5 weeks away.
I mean, listen, hockey's one thing. But basketball, check in with me in about mid-February if you want some basketball. I mean, oh my God. I mean, you talk about almost instant weight loss. I almost puked all over the place. Everything that's going on in football, and you got basketball fans out there? No, absolutely no. All right, plenty to do. 641-1010 on the text line, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. Also, let's welcome those in watching tonight on YouTube. You can join them. Go to 1010XL into the night.
There's a certain romance to radio play-by-play.
We need you to be all strong and hot.
Experience the most play-by-play sports on 1010XL.
This is Jaguar Hall of Famer Tony Baselli telling you about Heritage of North Florida, Jacksonville's premier roofing and home remodeling company. With over 25 years of trusted experience, Heritage of North Florida has built a reputation for quality, reliability, and craftsmanship. Whether you need a new roof or updating your kitchen or bathroom, trust the pros at Heritage of North Florida to create the perfect place to call home. Mention Jaguars to get $1,500 off your next roof or kitchen remodel when you go to heritagenfl.com. Go Jags!
Ballou here. Small business owners need trucks and vans to keep your business moving. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Westside has Ram 1500s to heavy-duty 2500s, Pro Masters, and custom uplifts all ready to work. Visit them on Commonwealth Avenue or go online at jackswest.com. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge, Ram Westside. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars and your local partner for the work-ready vehicles.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On September 24th, 1988, Carl Lewis sets the new world record in the 100-meter at 9.92 seconds.
Hey friends, Frank Frangie here. You know me. I don't mess around when it comes to taking care of business. Well, if your plumbing or AC company is giving you excuses, it's time to make a trade. Call the pros at Duck Rooter. They're the trusted partner for some of the biggest commercial names in Northeast Florida. Their office team keeps billing smooth and their field techs show up ready to fix the problem, fast and right. Bring in the starters with Duck Rooter, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Call 904-862-6769. That's 904-862-6769. Tell them Frank sent you.
How do you know that your roof is ready for the next big storm? You don't. That's why you need to call me. I'm Ronnie, the owner of Brandon Roofing. We'll assess your roof and fix those issues before they become storm disasters. Visit BrandonRoofing.com today to schedule your free roofing quote.
License number CCC 1328006.
Looking for a vacation from the ordinary? Celebrate the end of summer at Tobacco Cove. Join us Saturday, September 27th from 1 to 4 p.m. for a sensory getaway with Espinosa's Cigars. Discover exceptional cigars, delicious food, and your chance to win awesome prizes. Tobacco Cove at 3849 Bay Meadows Road. It's more than a cigar store, it's an experience. Don't miss out. Your escape awaits.
If you are an experienced electrician looking for your next big opportunity, look no further than the Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller Electric, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering you the chance to showcase your skills on a grand scale. We believe in rewarding hard work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually care about each other. Take your career to new heights with Miller Electric Company. Apply today at millercareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
Maxed out on credit card, struggling with high interest debt? You could pay it all off in days with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan. Hey, it's Prosser here. Get cash out now without touching your low-rate first mortgage. No appraisals, no waiting, no BS. The Rapid Equity Loan Program at Loan Pronto is amazing. One Loan Pronto client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. They paid off debt, renovated their kitchen, and cut their monthly expenses by $1,800. That's a huge turnaround. Instant approvals, low rates, no hard credit pull up front. That's Loan Pronto. Listen, your home equity is yours. Use it. Get cash to consolidate your debt down to one easy, low monthly payment. Call Loan Pronto now for a free instant appraisal for your home and see how much cash you can get today. Loan Pronto is an A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and have nearly 2,500 5-star Google reviews. Call now and start the conversation. Go to loanpronto.com or call 999-1508. That's loanpronto.com.
Yo, this is Tony from Tony D's. Are you looking for a great slice of pizza? Well, we have about 12 varieties. Most places won't have slices of pizza after lunch. At Tony D's, you can get a slice all day. It's always fresh at Tony D's Pizza. Bay Meadows and 295.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
If you're visiting Santa Clara, San Francisco, make sure you hit the hate. That's Haight and Ashburn. Forget the Fisherman's Wharf and the Golden Gate Bridge. I mean, go to where the hippie movement started and where the hippie movement ended. You'll still find a few of them out there. But my last time to Santa Clara, that's where I went. I won't bore you with too much baseball because I know it's a football town, but if you looked at what is going on the last couple of days, I mean, Boston won up Detroit and Houston, 3 teams fighting for 2 spots. New York clinched last night with a walk-off. Then you go to the National League. The Mets won up on Cincinnati and Arizona. Again, an opportunity for those three get one spot out of those three particular clubs, and just some great baseball, a lot of day baseball that's going on right now. Actually, a rain delay in Cleveland, the big battle there between Detroit and Cleveland. Let's see. Boston goes to Toronto tonight. Toronto's already clinched, but Boston needs to win to keep things there. Mets at Cubs. That's a huge game. Colorado at Seattle. Seattle had to come from behind and win that game late last night. L.A. at Arizona. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on. Great stuff. Houston at Oakland. All right, Dylan. Good news for Gator fans. Today, Billy Napier came out and said that DJ Lagway is 100%. He also went on to say that he will, and I should say to John Johnson, this is bad news here. He's out for the rest of the year, knee surgery, one of your starting corners. But Napier said Lagway's 100%. He also said that he will continue to call plays.
In other words, the sky is blue, essentially.
All right.
Yeah, it's, I mean, I don't know if even Gator fans even care at this point. He's going to continue calling plays, and everybody wants to see Tramel Jones at this point because there's not really much to look forward to for the rest of this season.
Are you convinced that Lagway's not the guy?
No, but as this season, I mean, Lagway's just not healthy, and he can't see the defense. And, I mean, if I have to sit here and watch the Florida Gators play for another 8 games or whatever it is, I want to see another quarterback in there.
Mm-hmm. All right. Tramel Jones, of course, he was a Florida State commit out of Mandarin, then switched things up and made his run over to Gaines. So he's been very effective in, mop-up opportunities so far this year. We will see. Florida State, number 1 ranked total offense in America, number 1 scoring offense in America. And I get it. They played a couple of cupcakes, but you got to play who is there. Virginia, the 5th overall total offense in America, and the 11th total scoring offense in America. Florida State averages 58 points a game. Virginia averages 45.5 points a game. I mean, this is nuts. So let me look at the total here before we get to the top of the hour and get ready to bring in our buddy John Oehser. Get back to what you need, right? More 2-1 Jaguars talk. What's wrong with you, Ballou? Why are you bringing up Florida and Florida State? Why are you bringing up baseball? We want Jaguars. I hear you. I mean, I do. We're going to get back to you in just a couple of minutes with John Oehser. The total 60 and a hook. Man. Looks high, play it high, right? Looks low, play it low. Some drunk said that in a bar way back when, probably in the 1800s. And it's stuck. There's no way. There is absolutely no way I would ever play an over that is sitting at 60.5 points. I don't care who's playing. Now, again, I don't bet. I can talk about it. I can have a lot of fun with it. You're going to do what you want with your money. That's fine. But, Dylan, if I drop 10 grand in your pocket, say play under over, you can play that game over 60.5 points?
Nah, I wouldn't do that. No.
I can't do it. I just can't. And again, around here, it really feels like the under is going to come in. I'm actually surprised that the line has been this high with Jacksonville and San Francisco. 47 and a hook. I mean, to me, this sounded a little bit more like a Tennessee at Houston game, 38 and a hook. Not that low, but I would have guessed 41, 41 and a half. 47 and a half. Man, that absolutely looks like an under this weekend. The only games lower than that, Cincinnati at Denver, 44 and a half. New York, that being the Jets and the Dolphins, 45 and a half. Of course, we gave you the game between Tennessee and Houston. Also, Philadelphia at Tampa Bay, 43 and a hook. We know Mike Evans out. Philadelphia as well defensively. They have a couple of injuries as well. All right, let's do it. Let's take a break. Get ready for John Oehser. He's on the other side. Senior writer, Jaguars.com.
Bone crunching. field flipping, game-changing plays. After the game, catch the superior fence and rail defensive player of the game on 1010XL.
Southside Kia is now Kia on Atlantic. New name, new location, same great deals. And we're ready for you. We're going all out with end of summer savings, like new Kia starting at $20K. Plus, make no payments for 90 days. Or you can even hit the road with financing rates as low as 0. It's not too late. Online at KiaOnAtlantic.com. Kia on Atlantic, your coastal Kia connection. For complete details, call 904-250-0587.
Tired of high energy bills? Replace those inefficient windows and patio doors now with the big BOGO event. Buy one, get one 40% off replacement windows and patio doors. Plus, no money down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months. This offer expires September 30th. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
There's a new story written every Friday night in every hometown in America.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Friday Night Lights.
Presented by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
They're out to test our reputation as the best plumber in Jacks, so we gotta play like the experts we are. Now, who are we? Now that's what a winner sounds like. Customers always win with Roland Reach Plumbing at plumberinjacks.com.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Here's hoping for a Raise the Roof football season. And here's knowing Next Gen Roofing is up for any job. Game day or storm season, you need a team you can trust. And you know what? You don't need a glitzy roofing company. No shortcuts, no gimmicks, no nonsense. Solid roofs at competitive prices and a commitment to the First Coast community. Right now, save up to $300 on your next roof replacement. When you need a roof, you need Next Gen Roofing. Team with you, it's a win every time.
Expert Automotive on St. John's Bluff Road has some of the highest Google reviews in Jacks for a reason. Expert Auto never sells greed, only what you need. All makes and models are serviced at Expert Automotive. This month, get an alignment inspection for only $19.99. Expert Auto does major engine and transmission repair and simple maintenance. All services done at Expert Auto by our ASC certified training technicians. Call today, 374-3373, and ask about $50 off any service. Expert Automotive. We never sell greed, only what you need.
This is Hayes Carline for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. The online banking services are outstanding, so easy to use. Depositing checks through the mobile app is fast and efficient. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Credit Union in the Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards for 3 years running, and it's easy to see why. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
PRI Productions is the official game day production partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hi, I'm Randy Goodwin, president and owner of PRI Productions. Chances are, if you've been in Jacksonville over the last 30 years, you've seen our work, from corporate and social events to concert production and much more. We have the equipment and expertise to make your next event memorable. So call the experts at the Jaguars Call. PRI Productions, bringing your ideas to life.
At the First Coast YMCA, you'll find much more than just a gym. We offer many ways to help you become more active, reach your weight loss goals, and find your inner strength. Membership at the Y includes state-of-the-art facilities, a huge variety of fitness classes, and programs for all ages. It's easy to join the Y since it's affordable for all incomes. The Y is a great place to make connections and experience something new. Visit the YMCA near you or online at fcymca.org.
Hey, David again here with Royal Pet Services. It's that time of year when rodents start making their way into our homes. Layson, tell them what they need to get in.
A quarter-size hole.
That's right. That's all they need. Hey, tell them where to go for a free attic and exterior inspection.
Visit RoyalPetServices.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. It's time for Oh No's with Jaguars.com's John Oehser. Oh No's. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Served up by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
John Oehser, senior writer, Jaguars.com. Our weekly visit each and every Wednesday at 7 o'clock. John, how are you?
Good, Rick. How are you?
I'm doing outstanding. And the way I termed it is the Jaguars won a game on Sunday that they would have lost a year ago. Heck, they would have lost the last several years if that was the case.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know they would have lost it early in 23 when they were sort of a scrappy team and won this sort of a game. But these losses sure defined the slide of the previous era. So I think most Jaguars teams in the last 15 years, they would get bit by this sort of a game. I thought as significantly as that, Rick, they talked all off season about this is the kind of team they wanted to be. Tough, physical, didn't back down. To me, this is the way that they early in this regime. I think they will get better and better at being a great offensive team and being dominant and all those things you eventually want to be. But I've said to several people this week, you don't go from 4-13 to being great overnight. This is the step toward that, and it's the kind of game good teams win.
Yeah.
So I was impressed by it. I didn't know if they'd be this far this early, but I thought it was a significant win on that front.
They made a lot of adjustments, halftime adjustments as well, where it really paid off for them. They could not run the ball. And D'Amico Ryans, put an extra man in the box. That was obviously where they were most vulnerable going in. And they did the job at halftime. You turn things around, and Jacksonville rushes for 75 yards in the second half.
Yeah, I thought that was really significant. I had said on the pregame show with JP and Mike Dempsey, I thought it was really going to be important. The first time this year that a team said, we're going to take this away from you. And in the NFL, most defenses, even on bad teams, if they want to take something away, they can. And it's how you respond to that and how you adapt. I thought the Jaguars did exactly what you talked about. Didn't respond great in the first half, but came back and in the second half got what Liam called dirty yards. This team is going to run. And I think Liam Cohen said that in that game the other day. Even when you stop us, we're going to figure out a way to run. It's going to be our identity. I thought, Rick, that was really important. And 86 yards didn't compare to what they had been getting. But the fact that they are not going to take no for an answer when it comes to running the ball, maybe there'll be some game where they can't get 50 or can't ever get it established, but they're not going to give up on it. No. And it's what they want to be. And I thought that was really, just as you said, very significant.
Yeah, and it's going to be a big test on the ground this weekend. I mean, San Francisco on 3.7 yards, only 3 games of a sample size, but they're very stout against the run. So, and you just pointed it out, but I love the fact that you just don't erase it and get away from it. You believe in it, you fix it, and you keep running it, and that's exactly what happened in the second half.
Yeah, and it's a big philosophical difference between the last regime. And people who have read me and listened to me know I'm not one to just hammer the old coaching staff. I thought there's a lot that went into it. But one trait they did have was they were going to base their play calling and their approach based on the defensive look. You have to do that to a degree, but there were also times where, hey, if the run's not there, we're going to throw. This regime is going to base it on the defensive look because you have to in the league, but they're going to figure out a way to run it against the look at all costs. And I do think there is a significant difference when they say, you know what, there is a time to impose will. And I do think Liam Cohen believes strongly in that. I think it's going to be an identifying force of this coaching staff, this approach. Again, the whole not get bullied. If we want to do something, we're going to figure out a way to do it. And I think that is a calling card of this regime.
Jacksonville in San Francisco, 4:05 on Sunday. The Jags go on the road, try to win for the first time. away from Duval. John Oehser, I guess, senior writer, Jaguars.com. Just take me through your opinion on what ended up being really the play of the game. That's Trevor changing the play. He audibles. He recognizes that they're going to blitz, changes his pass protection, hits Brian Thomas Jr. for 46 yards. You wonder what that does as far as his confidence moving forward. Just that entire play, start to finish, your reaction.
Well, it's got a chance to be very important. I can't sit here and say it's going to turn everything with Brian Thomas Jr. and Trevor Lawrence around. It's one play. I'd be overstating it. But the fact on that whole drive, Rick, and I'm sure you've talked about it, a big run by Trevor.
Yeah.
A couple of plays before that, where get the first down. If he has improved anywhere, and he has, it is in awareness, and it's in making this offense function. So for a 7-play, 83-yard drive that won the game, for him to have that heads-up scramble, for him to get him in and out of the right plays, and then in that moment, as you say, check out of it, check to the right play, make a throw that he's very good at, and throw it to BTJ, which, I happened to follow him through the locker room after he'd done his presser, and I asked him if it was the best check he'd ever made. And he really isn't given to that sort of a comment, but he goes, yeah, pretty good one. He was smiling. And I kind of said, and you threw it to a guy who'd been dropping it. He didn't go there at all. He wasn't like, I had to have some guts to throw it to BTJ. But we all know that at that point, he had to trust the guy who has to be his guy. I'm not surprised by that because of this. You have to keep throwing Brian Thomas Jr. the ball. Even if he keeps dropping it, you have to keep throwing it to him because eventually he's got to make those plays.
Mm-hmm.
But for all those reasons, a huge symbolic play, a huge play to win it. Now the whole key is, does it become the moment we all look back to and say, yeah, that was where it started? It needs to. I don't know if it will because you can't promise that sort of thing before it happens.
Yeah.
But it absolutely has to be a key play.
It was a later injury report today because of the West Coast team being involved here, San Francisco. I don't know if you've seen it. It just came out. 15 players from San Francisco is on this. Now, 2 is rest, Trent Williams and Christian McCaffrey. But, John, that's 13 players on the injury report for San Francisco.
Yeah, they're beat up. Here's the thing, though. They're always kind of beat up. Yeah, and sometimes it bites them, like last year. There's also been years where they've been really beat up and they fight through it. So this early in the season, Bosa being out is significant. I think it would behoove the Jaguars not to treat this like a beat-up team because they always play through this sort of thing, and they're still dangerous. That being said, at some point injuries take a toll, and they have not been a dominant blow-you-out team yet this year. So it is important for the Jaguars to be able to take advantage of that, particularly Bosa being out. I mean, That's a guy you can't replace. There's no way the pass rush should be as devastating. He's the guy who can get a sack even when you know you have to stop him.
Right.
So him being out, they have to make that matter on Sunday.
So wrap it up with Travis Hunter, and if you didn't get an opportunity to hear Liam Cohen today talk about Travis Hunter, I advise that you do. Just go to Jaguars.com and you can get that interview. But, he was pretty expressive about what's going on offensively and defensively, and we know it's fluid. He said he's not going to change based on injuries. We'll see what happens with Diami Brown, who did not practice today. But do you get the feeling that this week, more Jarian Jones and maybe Buster Brown for the first time? And if that happens, Hunter gets more reps on offense.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's very many scenarios where they reduce Travis's reps on defense. He's too good over there. I do think that they will work to find more ways to get Hunter involved. I don't know if that means increasing his reps as much as just working to make sure he's getting the ball more in situations where he can go make plays. So I've gotten some emails this week, Rick. Oh, he's been disappointing. They're not disappointed at all in Travis Hunter, and they believe he's playing at a really, really high level on defense. And if they need to get him the ball on offense in situations where he can make plays, so maybe the snaps vary a little bit, but I don't think it's going to vary. I don't think it's going to vary significantly. They just want to get him opportunity.
Yeah. Hey, there's a lot of foolishness involved in covering the NFL, but it's amazing to me how many members of the national media are convinced that this is not going to work for Travis Hunter based on 3 games.
Well, I can't predict the future. The Jaguars don't feel that way.
I know.
I mean, there's not a temperature in the building that's not going to work. They love the kid and think that he's playing well offensively. I need to get him more involved, if anything. But it's going to work defensively because they think and I think we've seen it. He's a natural big-time corner. It's a matter of how to get him involved defensively.
John Oehser is the senior writer at Jaguars.com. Get everything from John and his staff at Jaguars.com. John, I'll see you over there tomorrow at the Miller Electric Center. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, buddy.
There he goes, John Oehser. All right, interesting point of view there on Hunter defensively. I tend to believe it's going to go the other way a little bit. He has gone 40. He went from 6 defensive plays against Carolina to 43 against Cincinnati and 43 against Houston. So for those of you scoring at home, and if you are scoring at home, congratulations. 42 offensive plays against Cincinnati, and then 37 against Houston. So really, 2 out of the last 3 games, he's played more defensive plays than offensive plays. You ever thought on that, Dylan? Because the possibility with Buster coming back and Jarian Jones coming back, John Oehser doesn't think it matters. He's still going to get the same amount of reps on that side of the football.
Yeah, I mean, if you see a couple of clips on defense, he was playing really good coverage on the defense. I just wonder what the offensive side, if De'Ami Brown's not able to go, how many reps is he going to get on offense? Is that going to change anything, If, for instance, you can't get anything going on offense and you don't plan on playing him, does your, the snap count change for the offensive side?
I'm a fan of Irish whiskey, but I'll tell you this. I'm going to need a shot of scotch before I come back here and give you the injury report. San Francisco is beaten up. I'll give you the very latest, obviously, on the Jaguars as well. The injury report came out late on this Wednesday and that'll be the case Thursday and Friday as well, obviously because of the West Coast game out in San Francisco. But if you're wondering about health in this game, don't go anywhere. It's on the other side.
He flies under the radar.
You don't find this guy, he finds you.
Stealthy Hayes Carlyle.
Best thing I can do is point you in the direction of his competition.
Takes you behind enemy lines. Activated by Pella Windows and Doors on 1010XL.
The doctors at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists have resolved my hip and foot issues, and I'm back to training for the 2028 Olympics in LA. This is Garrett Scantling, and I highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
This is David Garrard. Following my knee surgeries and recovery, I'm continuing to feel great and would recommend Southeast Orthopedic to anyone who's experiencing orthopedic pain.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Football is a game of inches, and at Front Runners Tap House, every inch counts. Catch every big play on their massive 396-inch giant television. The ultimate game day experience is waiting for you at Front Runners Tap House inside the Community First Igloo.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On September 24th, 1988, Carl Lewis sets the new world record in the 100-meter at 9.92 seconds.
September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Here's a reminder to get screened. Ackerman Cancer Center offers on-site imaging and other diagnostic services. Early detection saves lives. Visit AckermanCancerCenter.com.
Hey, this is Lauren Brooks. With over 1,600 five-star Google reviews, it was a no-brainer to have Closets by Design help us get organized at home. They create custom storage solutions for every space, lifestyle, and budget. From closets to garages to laundry rooms and more. Closets by Design will transform clutter into seamless organization. Call today to schedule a free in-home consultation and get 40% off plus an extra 15% off with free installation. But only until September 30th. 18 months financing is available. Call 904-878-9393 or visit closetsbydesign.com.
It's It's the start of our favorite season in Jacksonville, football season. Let's get hyped and let's get the home in tip-top shape and let's get that house zero-resified. Carpets, tile, rugs, upholstery, hardwood, they'll take care of you. Call the folks at Zero Res right now, 287-5727. Ask for the 1010XL special. Get your 3 rooms of carpet cleaned at $139 plus a 4th room free. Zero Res. Spell it forwards or backwards. It spells the same. Zero Res.
Zero Res.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey, and I like to only recommend the very best, which is why I'm proud to say that I chose Pella Windows and Doors for my own home. Now's a great time to upgrade your home with 0% financing for up to 72 months. That's 6 years of interest-free payments with Pella on the best windows and doors in the business. Don't wait. Schedule a free consultation at PellaJacks.com or just visit their showroom on Phillips Highway, just north of Bay Meadows, for quality you can trust and savings you can't miss. That's Pella Windows and Doors.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. Whether it's a long day on your feet, a demanding workout, or everyday aches and pains, you need relief that can keep up when pain persists. Aleve is here for you with longer-lasting body pain relief compared to leading OTC-branded pain relievers. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Jacksonville is game time, and just like the Jaguars fight for every yard on the field, Duck Rooter fights for every customer at home. From plumbing repairs to septic pump outs to keeping your AC cool all season long, we've got the winning playbook. Duck Rooter is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars and delivers championship service every time. When plumbing, septic, or AC problems put you on defense, don't fumble the call. Dial 904-862-6769 or visit duckduckrooter.com. Duck Rooter, when you're stuck, call the Duck.
Hi, I'm Michael from the Warren Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, tomorrow I'll be at the Miller Electric Center. Get the very latest from the Jaguars players. Have that tomorrow night for you, 6 to 8. Tim Brando tomorrow night as well. 6 to 8, and then Friday during high school football with you 4 to 6 on 1010 on the AM. So that'll be the deal on Friday. Obviously, a huge preview Friday coming up before the Florida State Virginia football game. I think high school is Friday nights. I don't like college football on Friday night. I don't. And the Noles have 2 games coming up this year, including one against Virginia in just 2 days. All right, the injury report is out. Dammy Brown did not work today with his shoulder. Did not participate at all. As a matter of fact, a couple of reporters said they didn't see him anywhere. Limited participation today. Let's get to the offensive line. Ezra Cleveland, his ankle. Patrick McCarre, an elbow. Wyatt Milam, his knee. Okay, all 3 limited today. Bashal Tootin, the shoulder, limited today. Full participation for Brian Thomas Jr. with his wrist. So Tootin all last week, no contact. Caught up with him, I think, Wednesday or Thursday last week in the locker room. A lot of people think that maybe this is a game that he gets an opportunity to get quite a few carries. Feels like this is going to be a situation where they're really going to try to address the run. And I think time of possession and control, time of possession and keeping your defense on the sideline is be very important, especially on the road. Cleveland all week, last week, at least Wednesday and Thursday, did not participate. He did on Friday. So this is an improvement with the ankle. And you have the addition here of McCarre with the elbow. So there you go. All right, let's get to San Francisco. We know the Nick Bosa season-ending IR. This goes back and forth and back and forth. Starting left guard, Connor Colby with a groin, limited today. Defensively, starting defensive tackle with an ankle, Kalia Davis, limited today. Former Seminole, Renardo Green, a starter at cornerback, neck, limited. Let's see here. Defensive end. He is a backup, but he's probably going to be pushed more into service now with Nick Bosa being out. Liturgos Matos with his knee did not participate today. Wide receiver Juwan Jennings, anchor and shoulder, did not participate today. We already know that Brandon Ayuk is gone. Tight end George Kittle is gone. Mac Jones's knee, he was limited. Brock Purdy was limited as well with his left shoulder and his toe. So both quarterbacks are limited today in San Francisco. They do not have a third quarterback on the roster. Let me see. They got Curtis Rourke on the practice squad. See if they have a second quarterback. They do not. So it's Curtis Rourke, who is the emergency third quarterback right now for San Francisco. Demondor Lenore, he was ill today. Okay. So there's a corner there who just was unable to give it a go because he is sick. He starts on the other side of Renardo Green. Christian McCaffrey and Trent Williams both just got veteran days off, rest today. Ricky Pearsall, the wide receiver with a knee, he did not participate. Dylan, you said that you heard that Pearsall said that if it was a game day, he could have gone.
Yes, he had knee soreness after the game Sunday. It swelled up a little bit, but he said if there was a game today, he would have played.
All right, Jordan Watkins. The list just goes on and on and on. Another wide receiver, a calf, did not work today. C.J. West, defensive tackle. He's a backup for San Francisco. Did not work with a thumb. And then Mikael Williams, the wrist, was a full participant. So, man, that is insane. And we know out of those 15 players, Bosa, they put on the IR, so that'll be taken off. Chu got rest with the phenomenal Trent Williams at left tackle and the phenomenal running back, Christian McCaffrey. And you had one sickness today, but that's it. Outside of that, that leaves 11 players. And that doesn't even include those on the injured reserve. So this is absolutely a beaten-up football team. There's no question about it. And, I hate injuries. I do. I don't ever want to see it. I'm consistent with that. Doesn't matter what the game is, what the sport is. Hate to see it. 0148 Ballou, this is Hunter's value, especially as a rookie, to fill in for injured starters on whichever side of the ball they need. And that makes sense, but it doesn't feel like that's the way they're handling it, or at least they haven't admitted to that. But we've seen a complete change. I mean, what were we told during the preseason? 75% offense, 25% defense. Again, the last two games, he's played more defensive snaps than offensive snaps. Brian Thomas Jr.'s had a wrist. I think he's okay. I still wonder if that was one where let's put this out there and try to take some pressure off him. Or maybe there is a wrist issue, and that's why he's been dropping the ball. I don't know. Okay? Parker Washington, big part of it last week. 12 attempts from Trevor Lawrence. He had 2 drops, but only 4 receptions. After a 5-for-5 effort in Cincinnati, to me, and with Brown unable to go, it just feels like Brown is absolutely out, at least for this week. I don't know anything else. I have not officially heard as to what is going on with Brown, but it just feels like, Tim Patrick caught a ball on his only attempt, but based on this, it feels like it would be more offense for Travis Hunter. But we just talked with John Oehser, who said he doesn't think even the return of Buster Brown or Jarian Jones. So let me check this again. Jarian Jones is completely off the injury report. I don't believe I mentioned him. Let me look at this one more time. As a matter of fact, I know I did not mention Jarian Jones. He's completely healthy. All right, he's not on the injury report. He only got 2 snaps last week. And this guy had a really good rookie year. We know he's changed positions. He's on the outside now. But, I mean, unless something's going on that I'm not aware of, I know he didn't grade well early in the season if you look at Pro Football Focus, but you got to take that for what it's worth. I'm just envisioning more of an opportunity here for Jarian Jones and really the first opportunity of the season for Buster Brown. So to me, logic would be more of Hunter on offense than defense. But I don't know that, I don't know if anyone knows that. 5602, Ballou on multiple occasions. Brian Thomas Jr. spoke about leaning on Gabe Davis and Kirk. On Fred Taylor's podcast, he talked about the importance of their leadership was to him. He's not ready to be the number one man in the room. Goes on to say he's insecure, and Travis Hunter's personality, in my opinion, is overwhelming him. Sign Odell Beckham. They have a relationship, both from LSU. That's a good point that Fred Taylor made. I really didn't give that much consideration. And, I never thought that Gabe Davis was the guy. I don't think that most of our listeners out there thought that Gabe Davis was the guy. But there was quite a few people who mentioned him as being a leader, including the outgoing Mitch Morse, who was with him in Buffalo. Kirk, we knew, was a leader, more of a silent one, more of one by example. That's an interesting perspective here. Who's the veteran wide receiver of this group? Okay, who's been here? Parker Washington, 3 years. You bring Brown over. Okay, he's been in the league for 5 years, but first opportunity here in Jacksonville, right? And we don't always see free agents come in and have a Jordan Lewis type of effect. I mean, we thought that was going to occur a year ago with Eric Armstead, and it did not. It's really hard. Out of recent free agents, leaders, Marvin Jones Jr. on a bad team was absolutely a leader. I'll never forget after practice one day early when everyone else went to go to talk to Urban Meyer, I stood there and watched him work with Trevor as a rookie and Trevor to shut up and listen to the veteran in Marvin Jones Jr. I thought he was a very good leader. Obviously, Jordan Lewis is a very good leader. I don't think anyone from last year's class ended up being a good leader. To me, it's hard to be a free agent and come in and take over that responsibility. I'm going way back. Paul Posluszny, all right, there's a good leader. But they seem to be few and far between. That's a very good point that you make. I never really have given that much consideration. The insecure thing, I don't know anything about that. I don't know about his person. He comes across to me as quiet. He comes across to me as unassuming. I don't know if he's insecure. This is what apparently was talked about on the Fred Taylor podcast. Jaguars do a nice job with Marcus Pollard and, that side of things. Doctors and what have you behind the scenes that I'm not even aware of. Got to believe that, they're doing everything they can in order for that to, to turn around. We'll see. But there is not a veteran here. The part of this I don't like is the Travis Hunter personality. That is discouraging to me. No matter where you go, you're going to have guys on the football team that have a personality. And the wide receiver position has the most divas, and it's not even close, throughout the NFL. Okay? Diva after diva after diva, including Odell Beckham, who was mentioned, an aging diva. I don't believe that Travis Hunter's a diva, man. I think he's a phenomenal teammate. If you watch what happens on either side of the ball, whether Hunter's on the field or he's on the bench, He's like always first to be a part of the celebration. He never says anything that is going to end up being a distraction. I said this back during training camp. I almost think it's by design from him. He's like, I'm not going to give the media anything that they can use that'll turn around against me. That'll be, another, I can shut down these wide receivers, or I'm going to smoke this DB. He doesn't say anything like that. It's just not his game. So, but I keep hearing that, and you can't eliminate it, right? But I would be really bothered if that is the case. I mean, he dealt with divas at LSU, and you're gonna deal with strong personalities in the ultimate alpha football game. I hope that part of it is absolutely not it when it comes to Brian Thomas Jr. All right. Let's grab some more of yours on the other side. If you want to add to this conversation, 2 ways to do it. 641-1010 on the text line. Brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. Also, if you want to check us out on YouTube tonight and share a comment there, you can. Just go to 1010XL into the night.
Looking out over that Golden Gate Bridge. It's a gold rush to the Golden Gate. Duval Pride takes a long ride to the Golden State. Let's go! Jaguars, 49ers. It's a make-a-statement kind of game. Sunday at 4 on the home of the Jaguars. 1010 XL.
Hey, Jacksonville, Rick Ballou here. Small business owners need trucks and vans to keep your business moving? Jacksonville Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram Westside has Ram 1500s to heavy-duty 2500s, ProMasters, and custom uplifts ready to work. Visit them on Commonwealth Avenue or go online to jaxwest.com. Jacksonville Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram Westside, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars and your local partner for work-ready vehicles.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys locksmith service.
Transmission troubles? I'm Robin Sidbury, owner of Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. So come in and see how we can help solve your transmission troubles. We service all makes and models. Remember, get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
Frank Franzi here for Coil Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Remember Morton Anderson missing a chip shot field goal that launched the Jags into the playoffs in '96? You know who doesn't miss? Coil Fencing. Coil has been the fencing leader in Northeast Florida since 1927. Heck, Coil has been installing fences since before Emery Bellard installed the wishbone offense. If you need a new fence, I recommend calling Coil Fence today at 904-356-4821 or visit coiljacks.com. Coil Fencing, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Winter and spring registration is already cranking up at I-9 Sports, and if you have kids ages 3 to 17, I-9 Sports is inviting you to get them on the field or in the gym with great sports like girls flag football. Plenty of places to play like Oakley, Fleming Island, UNF, Fletcher, and Creekside. Log on to i9sports.com and see all the sports they have to offer across the First Coast. In Duval, Clay, and St. John's. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount. Registration open right now for winter and spring sports at i9sports.com.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, Jason, thanks for coming over so quick.
Sure thing, pal. What's the big... Whoa!
See, I told you there was a smell.
Yeah, it smells like...
Exactly, or a dead one more like it.
You need some fresh air in here.
Well, this is the problem, Jason. I've kept everything sealed up tight all summer long so I don't lose all my nice cool air. Now all the dog smells and cooking smells and home gymnasium man cave smells are all building up and I can barely...
Dude, where are the Bueller sunglasses I gave you?
Oh, I don't know. They must be in my other...
Put on my emergency pair. Whoa. Bueller Air and Plumbing can install an air purification add-on to your existing air conditioner. Clean the air of dust and pollen and funky smells while you cool.
So I can keep all the cool air I saved up?
And your place won't smell like a dead...
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Are you trapped in a high-rate mortgage, watching your hard-earned money vanish every month? Stop right now. At Loan Pronto, they are delivering the lowest mortgage rates in 3 years. Hey, Prosser here. Loan Pronto's rate reduction home loan program is a streamlined, low-cost way to slash your house payments by hundreds of dollars a month. Lock in at a fixed rate as low as 4.99% APR and close in as little as 2 weeks. No appraisal needed in most cases. And here's the kicker. You can skip your next 2 house payments entirely. Don't wait. Rates this low won't last. Call Loan Pronto now for your free, no-obligation quote. Loan Pronto is amazing. So start now by calling 904-999-1508. That's 904-999-1508. Or visit loanpronto.com to lock in your new low rate and skip those next 2 payments. 999-1508 or loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Subject to lender approval, NMLS, consumeraccess.org.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Get up on it.
Into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Big weekend as well in college football. No doubt about that. Some huge matchups. Actually, 2 on Friday night. If you haven't seen Hoover throw yet for TCU, one of the better quarterbacks in all of college football. They go to Arizona State. Arizona State, was 1 play away from being 4-0. They came back late against Mississippi State and just terrible coverage. And within the last 30 seconds of the game, Mississippi State scored and won at home against Arizona State. But that's going to be a fun game. Arizona State's favored by 3.5 at home. 24th ranked TCU will visit. Obviously, before that is number 8 Florida State going to Virginia. I saw this earlier today on CBS. If the playoffs were today, number 12 Tulane at number 5 Penn State, number 11 Texas A&M at number 6 Oregon, number 10 Indiana at number 7 Florida State. Did you see what Indiana did to Illinois? And then number 9 Oklahoma at number 8 Texas Tech. Did you see what Texas Tech did on the road at Utah? That never happens. Okay? Orange Bowl would be number 4 Miami against the winner of Tulane and Penn State. The Cotton Bowl would be number 5 Georgia against the winner of Texas A&M and Oregon. Number 2 LSU at the Sugar Bowl would get the winner of Indiana and Florida State. And the Rose Bowl would get Ohio State. They would take on the winner of Oklahoma and Texas Tech. This is going to change, but it's early. All right, it is. And Dylan, it's just a great weekend, man. USC at Illinois, a couple of top 25 teams. Arkansas lets one go away to Memphis. Here comes Notre Dame, which has lost 2 games that were, ones that I'm sure they felt they should have had. Now all of a sudden they're going and facing a wounded animal there against Arkansas. The Buckeyes go to UW. LSU goes to Ole Miss. Auburn at Texas A&M. Indiana at Iowa. Tennessee at Mississippi State. Undefeated Arizona at undefeated Iowa State. Then at night, that one is at night, number 6 Oregon, number 3 Penn State.
That's a good one.
And number 17 Bama at number 5 Georgia between the hedges. What a phenomenal day and night for college football.
All day, and I hate that that the Penn State-Oregon game is at the same time as Georgia-Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather have one of those games be at 3:30, the other one be at 7:30.
Yeah. Even late night, since you can sleep in a little bit, right? The Jags play at 4:05. BYU at Colorado begins at 10:15. So
yeah, you're gonna have to go to sleep early Saturday because we have our first international game Sunday morning.
That's right.
Your favorite.
Where is it? Is it in Dublin?
Yeah, I believe so. The Steelers-Vikings.
9:30 in the morning.
Prime time.
Daniel Griffiths has put this out, and it's amazing because we keep talking about it, but the Jags have 13 drops, number 1 in the NFL. Jags have 15 offensive penalties, tied for number 1 in the NFL. Jaguars have 4 interceptions, tied for 2nd in the NFL. Let me add rushing to that. You want to beat San Francisco? Stop dropping the football. You want to beat San Francisco? Stop committing offensive penalties. You want to beat San Francisco? eliminate the weekly boneheaded play by Trevor Lawrence. You want to beat San Francisco? Run the football. San Francisco, 7th defensively against the rush. If you look at average per, Jacksonville went from 1st to 6th, averaging 5.1. Something's got to give there. A Jaguars' strength against the 49ers' strength. And here on YouTube, was it Wasted Bananas who said it? Someone goes by the name of Wasted Bananas who watches us on YouTube, and we're a huge fan of. Now, is a Wasted Banana, is that like a rum drink or something? I'm not sure. But he
sounds like it.
Yeah, he says Fred Warner is going to eat on defense. Watch out, Jaguars. You can't hang with the best team in the 49ers. Listen, Fred Warner is spectacular. Liam Cohen talked pretty much in detail today about what this man brings to the football field week after week after week. There's no doubt. And see, San Francisco is exactly what I've been hollering about around here for quite some time, okay? I mean, the Brock Purdy situation is out of this world. He was Mr. Irrelevant. He's better than anyone thought. There's no doubt. But what I always get into, it's one thing to have good players. It's one thing to have great players. What you need to have is elite players. Okay? San Francisco has them. Fred Warner is an elite player. Nick Bosa is out. He's an elite player. Christian McCaffrey is an elite player. George Kittle is out. He's an elite player. Brandon Ayuk is out. Can we call him elite? He's a number one. He's very, very, very good. No doubt about that. Trent Williams is a left tackle. The ageless one is elite. And that's where you have to be. You have to go. I mean, at this point, Brian Thomas is on the cusp of being elite. He was after his rookie year. He's struggled so far this year, okay? Still an opportunity to fix that. Hines Allen and Trayvon Walker, they're the best combination duo right now in pro football. They have 31 pressures between them. All right, the sacks need to improve. I think it's 1.5 between them, or maybe 2. I'll have to look at that. But you need to get more sacks, right? Because an opportunity there to obviously shut them down and maybe force a turnover. But pressures and quarterback hits are absolutely, nearly as important. Josh Hines Allen leads the NFL in pressures. I think he has a half sack. It's like doubles off the wall. Sooner or later, they're going to get out of the yard, and those doubles are going to end up being home runs. This may be an opportunity this weekend for Jacksonville to be able to get on out there and pile up some sack statistics. Again, they're among leaders in the NFL in pressures, primarily coming from those two, not really getting much from the interior defensive line, a little bit from Mason Smith and a little bit from Eric Armstead. But again, 6 sacks, way down as far as that number. All right, final thoughts coming up on this one. It's been, I think, a lot of fun right here on this Wednesday night to get us closer to what's going to be an incredible weekend in both college and pro.
Join Jim Furyk and other legends of the PGA Tour for the Constellation Furyk and Friends, presented by Circle K, October 3rd through 5th at Timuquana Country Club. Catch the new community concert series on the 17th hole after play, featuring country artists Low Cash and Love and Theft. Public parking is free with complimentary tournament access for military, courtesy of ViStar Credit Union. Get tickets now for the Constellation Furyk and Friends, presented by Circle K, starting at just $25 at Ticketmaster.
When it comes to glass, you don't want average. You want flawless. Duval Glass and Mirror has transformed homes and businesses across Jacksonville for over 35 years. Frameless showers that wow. Mirrors cut exactly to your style. Fogged or broken glass replaced. Decorative tabletops. Windows replaced or repaired to stand up to Florida storms. All backed by a 100% guarantee. Visit DuvalGlass.com for your free quote. There's only one name for glass and mirror around these parts. It's Duval.
Enjoy barbecue, live music, and auctions at the Boys and Girls Clubs of Northeast Florida's 4th annual Sizzlin' Soiree, presented by Dunkin' Donuts, October 2nd at the Fountain of Youth in St. Augustine. Get tickets at bgcnf.org.
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
When you've been hurt at work and you don't know what to do.
Or if you've been the victim of a medical mistake, we've got you.
We've got what it takes to prove a case that the insurance companies can't ignore.
With decades of experience and a track record of winning for our clients.
Farah and Farah, Jacksonville.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
How'd you get your money so quick?
Hard Rock Bet's got lightning fast withdrawals.
Almost as fast as Dale Jr. valeting cars at this party.
Man, he's fast.
Hard Rock Bet's fast withdrawals have given me new motivation. Tips are appreciated.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Game days aren't the only win happening in the 904. Best of Bold City named 904 Gutters with a Z, the #1 seamless gutter company in Duval. Like the team's O-line protects their QB. Call the winning team at 904 Gutters with a Z to protect your home from the rain.
Jacksonville was built on specialists.
We be special.
Now the Special Teams Player of the Week, sealed by Superior Plumbing and Pipeline.
Logan Cook fried the opposition while in the Sunshine State. The former 7th-round pick recorded 6 punts in the team's win versus the Texans, with his longest going for 60 yards. The Chefs served up a fine display of punting and will look to continue to do so all year. And he's your Superior Plumbing and Pipelining Special Teams Player of the Game.
Football season is back, baby. Hicken here, and I know I'm excited to get back to watching some ball over the weekend. But with the fun comes responsibility. Taking care of your skin while outside, extremely important. We know it feels like 100 out there, and that sun is blazing. Make sure you bring the screen while loading up all that tailgate. It's simple. Protect your skin. It's the Sunshine State. To help you protect your skin, Beaches Dermatology is here. I've been going to them for years, and my skin thanks me for it. Book your appointment today at beachesdermatology.com.
This football season, Hurricane Grill and Wings is your game day getaway. Catch every play with the perfect drink in hand. Handcrafted cocktails like the Millionaire Margarita, Spicy Guavarita, Old Fashioned, or the Red Bullerita. Beer more your style to watch the games? Enjoy an ice cold Bud Light. Game day cocktails and Bud Light specials are here all season long at Hurricane Grill and Wings. Find a restaurant near you at hurricanewings.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air, Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jax cool since '87.
Well, the injury report was late because of the West Coast, but my goodness, it is just a brutal situation for San Francisco. Really a massive opportunity here for Jacksonville to win on the road. I mean, this is a game that I don't mind telling you, the second the schedule came out, I had San Francisco. San Francisco, San Francisco, San Francisco. And they are so beaten up. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens. I'm not going to make my final thought on this until probably Friday. And unless you're incredibly confident, I would suggest that you do the same, because we just don't know about these San Francisco injuries. I mean, when you have 15 guys, and again, rest for Trent Williams and Christian McCaffrey, and also an illness here. So that, and Boza was on it, and he's gone. So that leaves 11 players who you do not know about at this particular time for San Francisco. And, this looks like an injury report that comes out in late November or early December. For the Jaguars, it's Dyami Brown. The shoulder was not spotted at practice today, so he did not participate. That does not feel or look good for Brown this week. Another addition was Patrick McCarry with the elbow, limited, as where Cleveland was limited, and that's good news considering last week at this time he did not participate. So you got to believe he's getting better. Jarian Jones is not on the injury report, right, with his back. He only got 2 defensive snaps against Houston. You got to believe there's going to be more of that coming up this weekend. Wyatt Milam, who's been a backup all year, limited. Brian Thomas Jr., the wrist, full participation today. And the same deal for Bashal Tutin, who was in a penny all last week, no contact, limited on this Wednesday. So there you go. That is the official injury report for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
I have been blamed over the years, especially in Chicago, of spending way too much time and care on the injury report. But to me, it is massive. And you and I have been doing this for decades. I don't ever remember a football game this early in the season where you have this many players on San Francisco's injury.
They've been crushed by injuries, and amazingly, it hasn't mattered because they're 3-0, which is a testament to Kyle Shanahan, Robert Saleh, that coaching staff out there. I watched Shanahan's press conference today. The Ricky Pearsall one is interesting because he went nuts against the Cardinals. I mean, he had 8 grabs for over 100 yards. And the fact that he did not practice at all today is interesting. I think tomorrow is going to tell the tale. If Pearsall doesn't practice again tomorrow, I would say he's very doubtful. They do get Demarcus Robinson back from suspension, which will help them. But it's a banged-up football team. There's absolutely no doubt about it. But having said all that, the Jaguars 2 weeks ago lost to Jake Browning.
Yeah, they did.
So it doesn't really matter who's in, who's out, because in the NFL, you have to come to play every Sunday, and if you don't, you're going to get beat.
Yeah, I guess conveniently I've ignored it, but I did not mention the Minnesota-Cincinnati game that happened 3 days ago.
Oh, my gosh. Whew. Jeez. And that was a backup quarterback for Minnesota.
I know.
That was Carson Wentz.
So you've had 5 backup quarterbacks, and it looks like you're going to get 6 with Cousins, and you're going to get 7 with Jackson Dart.
Yeah. Yeah, and a couple
week 4, and you already have 7 quarterback changes. Some of them have been forced because of an injury.
Right, a lot of injuries, but a couple. I mean, Russell Wilson's been benched in favor of Jackson Dart. It was time. Wilson looked terrible on Sunday. I mean, as far as the Jaguar injury report goes, I don't think Dyami Brown's going to play. I like Liam Cohen a lot, and the Jaguar brass, and I get what they're doing. I just want to make one statement. You know, we know Mike Evans has a hamstring. He's out 3 to 4 weeks. We know CeeDee Lamb's got a high ankle. We know all of these things very, very, very quickly in today's day and age. When Williams asked today about Dyami Brown, he doesn't have an update. No, sir. You know what's wrong with Dyami Brown. You just don't want to say it, which is fine, but come on, man. I mean, if Tampa can release the Mike Evans information as quick as they do, and Dallas can release the CeeDee Lamb information as quick as they do, why can't Jacksonville let us know how long Dyami Brown's going to be out?
I think it's just one... It's really the only example with him where he just doesn't want to talk about it, because look at his answers today.
Oh, yeah.
On Travis Hunter. I mean, he does not have to be that expressive. He does not have to be that transparent. And he was. I mean, he broke down everything with Travis Hunter. And then you ask him about Brown. He's like, I don't know. I don't have anything for it.
I said this last night, Rick. I love everything about Liam Cohen except that. Now, I'm sure it's a decision between he, Gladstone, Baselli, because technically they don't have to give out information on injuries.
No, you don't.
They don't have to, but everybody in the league does it, right? And the Jaguars have just kind of kept it close to the vest right now.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm a big fan of this, and I actually think Cohen, what he says is really impressive. He's not afraid to tell you exactly how he's thinking. But injuries is the exception. All right, what else tonight for you?
Yeah, I was in the Jaguar locker room earlier today. I went one-on-one with Dewey Wingard and Devin Lloyd, and we will play both of those conversations. I'm going to ask Devin Lloyd flat out if he's playing the best football of his career, because I think he is playing the best football of his career. I think his answer will be of interest to some people. So Lloyd and Dewey Wingard coming up here in the next 30 minutes. Also, Leon Searcy will stop by, and Logan Robinson of Knoll Game Day. We are 48 hours away from the Seminoles and Virginia. 30 years after Warwick Dunn scored, but they did not count it, and Florida State lost on that Thursday night in Charlottesville.
Remember.
History won't repeat itself, right? Florida State has very little problems on Friday.
Well, I mean, did he say anything? I mean, ask him about Castellanos. That's what we're trying to figure out. I mean, he's going to play, but how healthy is he?
Yeah.
You know, and so I know you'll ask that coming up. Have a fun show.
Thanks, Rick.
All right, that's going to do it. Thank you to the Philly Godfather. Thank you to John Oehser. I'll be at the Miller Electric Center tomorrow to have the very latest from the players. So that'll be a part of tomorrow night's show on Thursday. We'll also hear from Tim Brando coming up tomorrow night. Some college football with Timmy B, our weekly conversation. That'll be from 6 to 8. Remember, on Friday during high school football season, we will be with you from 4 until 6 on 1010 only. That's 4 to 6 Friday, 1010 only. Tomorrow night, back on 92.5 right here, 6 to 8. For Dylan Denmark, I'm Rick Ballou. We'll talk to you then.